So we're just having a look at a LT9 3D. It's a motor controller, and we've got two DC motors here. We've got an ultrasonic sensor and just a button. So this looks pretty complicated with lots of wires, but really what this is, it's just like the components you have this one here. So the Tinkercad, we don't have our normal sort of red H-bridge components. We've only got the other style, but I've wired it up so you can see on Tinkercad, this is what it will look like for you. So for this here, so we'll have our motors connected, we have our power supply. Additionally, this 5 volt is going to be wired to the board as well, wired to our Arduino. And you'll have 4 pins here, which will be connected to 4 digital pins, and that's how we're going to control it. So if we go back here, we can see we've got our 4 pins. So pins 2 and 3, they control one motor. 4 and 5 will control the other motor. So if you're in your system, if you only have one motor, you'll only use 2 pins, so 2 and 3 control. So with the code for this, if pin 2 is high, this motor will spin clockwise. And if pin 3 is high, it will spin anti-clockwise. Now, with pin 4 and 5, it's the same. So if pin 4 is high, this motor will spin clockwise. If 5, it will spin anti-clockwise. So we can put that into some code. We can code bar up, prep some code here. Now, so we're sensing this is going to happen forever. So forever, if our digital pin 6 equals high, so what this is a button connected button to pin 6. So if our button is pressed, pin 2 is going to be high, pin 3 is low, pin 4 is low, and pin 5 is high. So what does that mean? That means that this motor, the motor at the top, is going to be running clockwise, and the motor at the bottom is going to be running anti-clockwise. If pin 6, if the button is not being pressed, what's going to happen? It's going to be running this else statement down here. And what have we got? We've got pin 2 is high and pin 4 is high. So that means that both are running clockwise and the car is just going to go forwards. So let's put that into motion. So if we start simulation, okay, so at the moment it's in this else statement. So pin 2, pin 4 high, and pin 3 and 5 low, so they're off. So we've got both running clockwise. That's great. Now as soon as I press the button and hold it, I can see the top motor still running clockwise and the bottom motor now is running anti-clockwise, and that's because it's high on pin 5. So we can change some things. We could make it so the car is normally running in reverse if you want. So to do that, all you need to do is just change these values from low to high, oops, yeah, low to high, low to high. Okay, so low, high, low, high. And one thing to note is that with for each motor, the pin 4 and 5 and the 2 and 3, you can't have both of them on high. Nothing will happen. So only one can get high at one time. So let's run this now. If we run the code, these are going to be both running anti-clockwise. And if I press the button, cool, there we go. And then this one here changes. That's running clockwise. So you can change that around, and you can have things that it's sensing and things that's going to make it do certain tasks. So you could have an ultrasonic sensor, and we could sense we can sense ultrasonic sensor. So we can have our input ultrasonic sensor, and our ultrasonic sensor is connected to our pin 7. So I'll change that to pin 7. I'll drop that in there. I'll get rid of our sensing the button. So the ultrasonic sensor, it's going to do this function if it's greater than or less than, and let's put the value in there, 20 centimeters. So if less than 20 centimeters, it's going to run this function, else it's going to run that. So let's see if that works. I'll press initialize. Okay, so it's running the else statement at the moment. Click our ultrasonic sensor. We should be able to drag this down. Oh, look, it's less than 20 centimeters. This one's running clockwise. There we go. I could even make this so perhaps it's going to stop. Everything's going to stop when it gets less than 20 centimeters. So that's a start. Okay, so everything's running. As soon as it gets below, and whoop, it turns every mob. So this can be tweaked and changed around to suit your own applications. You might want to have a temperature sensor, so it turns on the fan, and if it hits a certain value, perhaps it will turn a motor on. Okay, happy tinkering.